Speaking 26, three reasons to be hopeful that you're going to get 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking in 2025. Three reasons to be a little bit more optimistic. Number one, that which does not kill you can only make you stronger. If you have already taken the test and not passed at least one time, then it is in your power to immediately start viewing it differently. Instead of something like, oh, I didn't pass one or two times or more than that. Oh, I already have the experience that I can learn from and improve on. It's not like I've taken it zero times and I don't know what to expect or where I need to improve. No, that which does not kill me. I didn't pass, but it didn't kill me. If I choose to look at it from a constructive way, I can develop. I can develop my ideas better. I can develop my topic better, and I can also develop my score to get 26. In short, you could improve your perspective, and it wouldn't be pie in the sky mumbo jumbo. It would be the same facts, the same information, but you choosing to be a little bit more optimistic. The same way your friend is, even though they have the same facts as you. The same way I am, even though I have the same and more facts than you. The second reason for you to possibly be more hopeful, possibly be a little bit more optimistic in 2025 that you are going to get 26 on speaking and finish your TOEFL and move on to the better things in your life. I'm emphasizing possible because of what I said for number one. It's up to you. It's your choice. It's your perspective. A big part of it is without changing the facts. So, a possible second reason for those of you who choose is this. I, Aaron, at speaking26.com, have a goal to help to show with the highest form of credibility, video testimonial and full test ID numbers visible, to show 20 people passing. That's my personal goal for this year. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think that everybody I help pass makes a video with me? Do you think everybody I help pass gives people who are still taking the test any advice? Of course not. Well, what percentage do you think it is? When I've asked people this before privately in our one-on-one Zoom meetings, I'm very surprised how they've never even thought of that before until I presented to them, and then how incorrectly low their estimate is. So, based off of what I've heard from other people, if my goal is to show 20 people passing this year, highest form credibility, video testimonial, you can hear them, see them, and the test ID number is fully visible for everyone to see to make sure that there's been no Photoshop trickery. If my goal is to show 20, how many do you think I need to actually help pass? Meaning, there's of course going to be many people who don't leave you any advice at all, in any form. Whatever number you think it is based off of the estimates that I've heard from other people, go ahead and triple or quadruple that number. Now you have an idea of what my goal is to help pass in 2025. Therefore, I can divide that by your estimate, divide that by two or three, and get to 20 that I show you and that give you advice on how you too can pass. That's reason number two for you to be more hopeful that you're going to pass this year in 2025. If you choose, you can have the perspective that says, man, Aaron and other pharmacists are going to be giving a lot of advice to me. There's going to be a lot of energy of passing going on through Aaron, through speaking26.com. Even if you're not going to be taking classes with me or anything, you can still be a part of it from the videos and advice. Reason number three to be more hopeful that you are going to get 26 on speaking in 2025. Reason number three is you have been getting better. Even if you haven't passed, even if it didn't feel good, even if you've taken more days more time off instead of practicing consistently daily the way you would have liked, the way you would like to be able to say you've been improving, you still have been getting better. Okay, here, I'll tell you how this applies to me, and let's see if you can think about how it maybe also applies to you. Sometimes I cannot push progress in spite of my strongest efforts, multiple strategies. Sometimes I cannot push progress faster. I cannot accelerate it to the speed I want it to be. Okay, I'm sure you're familiar with this. Past getting 26 on speaking is one of those things for you. But at the same time, sometimes without me doing something, which would lead one to believe no progress should happen, the momentum of progress still carries forward. The momentum of what I've done before, my accomplishments before, still there's this undercurrent of momentum, undercurrent of progress that helps to get me going on those days or times when I have done, when I feel like I have actively done zero, and I act, and that day I did actively do zero. There's still that undercurrent of past progress achieved. So for you, that would be your university degree, giving you at least some, if not a lot more, internal confidence. Other times when you've overcome even bigger obstacles, the interviews with other pharmacists and on my videos who got 26 even though they had started at a lower point than you. My best score on speaking right now is currently higher than a lot of the people I've shown who didn't end up getting 26. So you are getting better, but it doesn't always feel good. Of course, when you don't pass the test, when you say it's a failure, right? Bad, negative, pain, sadness, judgment, negativity. And you know what? I'm okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you finished? Okay, my turn. You got better. Bonus reason number four. Hey, Aaron, why number four? I clicked on it. The title says three. Four because out of the three that I said, in case there's one or two that you don't feel strongly about, I'm going to give you three. So that'll still allow for a -1. And maybe if I give you four and there's -1, maybe I've still given you three reasons to feel a little bit more hopeful, to feel a little bit more optimistic. Reason number four is this challenge I give you now with real Speaking 26 examples and the opportunity that I give you and everything that's going to come from this. Reason number four. Here are some real examples of things that pharmacists have done to get their 26 on speaking. Taking acting classes, meeting regularly, weekly with a group of people to act, to practice scenes. You could see how this pharmacist put pressure on herself to speak confidently, to genuinely increase her skills and confidence by getting out of her comfort zone. She wasn't doing it to try to be an actress. She was doing it for the reason you're doing it. FPGEE, Speaking 26. Hey, Aaron, that's too extreme. I'm not going to do that. Can you give me something else? Sure. Here's a diet version of that. A Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke. Here's a diet version of that. Walk into a bank and open a new bank account. I know you don't need a new bank account. You're doing this. Hey, you said that acting example was too extreme. Okay. Go open a new checking account, a new savings account, even though you don't need one. You're going to do it for Speaking 26. You're going to do it to practice. You're going to do it because, unlike your work environment in the pharmacy as a pharm tech, where there's a certain level of work professionalism, respect that everybody is speaking with, unlike that, when you walk into the bank, the teller and manager and associates are going to react to you the way that you present yourself, especially when you speak. So, my challenge to you that shouldn't cost you money, my challenge to you is, I guess you could say it will cost you gas or something like, okay, you get the point though, is to go open a bank account with Speaking 26 in mind. You're going to be speaking, you have an opportunity to speak to someone, and they're going to be reacting to you, who's getting out of your comfort zone intentionally based off of how you speak. If you've already done this before, maybe you can do a compare and contrast with yourself on the first time you opened a bank account. Final option before I challenge you to give me something better is, and again, here's another example that another pharmacist used. She told me that she likes to go to home decoration stores. This was something she already did weekly or bi-weekly. I said, okay, the next time you go to the home decoration store, why don't you engage in conversation, speaking, engage in conversation with one of the store employees, with one of the sales associates. It doesn't have to be for an hour. What if it's for 1 minute and you ask them about the things? You said you already go to that store. It's not like I'm telling you to do something out of your way. Okay, now for those of you, hey, Aaron, I don't go to home decoration stores and I'm going to create a reason to not open up a bank account, even though you said, we already have one and don't need one. Okay, I just gave you 3 real examples of pharmacists who've passed. If you don't like any of those, my opportunity / challenge for you is you send me a better one. You can send me an email. You can send me a message. You tell me what you're going to do instead of that. You can send me one and I'll tell you what I think about it. And in the future, I'm going to take the best 1 or 2 and I'm going to share it. All right. I look forward to getting your guys' messages. I have showed the most amount of people passing, getting 26 on TOEFL speaking than anybody else has. And when I say show, I mean real people like you can see and hear Michelle here, not just a post that may be real or not, but a person that you can see and hear. The speaking templates are wrong. Because to get 26 on speak, and when you see somebody who did get 26 on speaking or above, and they tell you they use the speaking template, they did not get 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking because of the speaking template. No, they got 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking in spite of the limiting nature of the speaking template. They got 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking because their speaking fluency was so good, is so good, that it was able to overcome the limiting structure that is speaking templates.
I never got 26 using AI website.
Okay, but you did on the real test after meetings with me.
Yeah.
If you want to see more videos with people giving you their best advice on how they got their 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking, you can watch that YouTube playlist. It's connected to this video, and you can find it by searching for TOEFL IBT Speaking 26. You can also find it by going through speaking26.com. These are people who before were not getting 26 on TOEFL speaking and after did get 26 and pass their tests. I asked them, hey, can you give your best advice to people who are still taking the test? How did you go from not passing to passing?
When I read about the TOEFL exam, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, okay, straightforward thing. It's an English exam. How difficult can it be?
The pharmacy board needs specifically 26 in speaking.
I used to change the template. Maybe this is more advanced, so I will use this the next exam, and I try to practice this for maybe a month or 2 to be able to master it, to say it without thinking. Every time I found myself getting maybe less score or the same score. It doesn't make any difference to just change the templates and use different introductory words. It didn't make any difference for me. Some of my friends advised me to start taking sessions with you.
This helped me in passing my TOEFL exam. Aaron helped me to pass and get 26.
Aaron, actually, any words will not be enough. But really, I'm very thankful.
26 in speaking, and I finally got it, and I'm so excited to get to the next step in my pharmacist license.
look at my accent, look at people who got 26. So just surround yourself with people who motivate you.
Look, I passed. That bit that's missing is probably the most important bit to get you to 26.
Yes.
And that's the bit where Aaron, I felt, helped me realize where I was going wrong. And that bit where I was going wrong, I think it goes for everyone. It doesn't matter whether you speak English is your first language or not. That bit that was missing is something everyone really needs to understand in order to get that 26.
Once you are in the level that you need to become advanced in order to get the 26, you need to get rid of the templates.
Template will hinder your ability to deliver the question, because it shows that you are reading something, or you are not speaking, you are reading.
I was using completely different template or different way. I started to apply your way, and once I started to practice your way, oh, it's easy for me.
That was really good for me. It really helps me, because with this in my mind, I could speak faster, and because I was confident.
It's challenging, but you know, after you pass it, the feeling of victory, it's worth it.
As English is my first language, I thought the speaking templates would be enough to get me the 26 that I needed. Unfortunately, it wasn't, and I only scored a 23. Your lack of getting 26 is not due to your speaking ability. It has been due to your less than optimal strategy. Get rid of the training wheels.
The templates were like, oh my God, why did they create those templates?
Aaron, you are a big helpful for students like us. We need somebody to like stir revolution in our heart inside, give life to our conversation. And this will never happen through other sites, like they have exact traditional pattern, the template, first, second, for example. Don't say, for example, the second time, for instance. Really? And like robot, I felt myself without life. I don't have the freedom to speak.
You don't have to worry that much about how can I mention 2 reasons with 2 details or 2 examples. It's too much for me. You help students to increase their fluency.
Instead of following that speaking template or any other speaking template, trust your fluency.
For the students who are taking with you, trust this guy. He's amazing. He will shift or improve your level as soon as possible.
Like this, jump my score from 23 to 26, like this. How many hours I took with you? 5. Look at this. 5 hours in 2 weeks. I passed my test.
I was surprised that I passed after 5 sessions together.
I hope you keep inspiring and helping more pharmacists and more other students to achieve their goal and become a professional here in the United States.
If I had just, found you earlier.
For people who's really, they have concern and they need to do it very fast, go to the original, the source of help.
Go to Aaron. He's the guy. He was the guy for me, and hopefully he's the guy for you. And he'll set you straight. He'll tell you what you need to do to get that 26